New map, new legend, prowlers and spiders,
6 consoles, 10 computers,
cannon things, and ayo, the car can switch ammo types? This season about to be bussin'. Alright, let's not get too excited. Screw that, we got the motherfucking Ash, the cars. This is the season right here. Oh. Right. Alright, now I'm done. On the heels of a mediocre Halloween event, Respawn pulls a 180 and drops the Season 11 and Ash character trailers, giving us all hype boners for this next season. And with the release of the patch notes, it's time for your new favorite meme man to filter feed them to you because, let's be honest, not all of this shit is important. Anyway, look at the time. It's time for me to tell all of you beautiful individuals to like and subscribe while smacking the bell with the nearest blunt object. To all the new faces to the channel, welcome, and let's get into the notes. First up, we got Ash. Ash, the newest and second robo-racist against humans to join the Legends. Ash basically said, fuck it, I'm bored, and stopped overseeing arenas and decided to start killing fools herself. Ash is a simulacrum, like Revenant, but cooler because she has a sword, a pet rat, and legs like Oscar Pistorius, along with the murderous intent. She can use her data knife to scan death boxes for the IPs of the killers, along with arc snares that anchor you to a spot like a ship in a harbor. Her ult is a one-way ticket to over there via a breach in space-time that puts Wraith's portal or Voidwalk in the trash bin.
know your fucking place, trash!
Moving on, we have the new map, Stormpoint, a tropical island that has nothing but "you will die" written all over it, mainly from its pest problems, the prowler and spider nests filled with, well, prowlers and spiders. Think of these nests as the Bloodhound challenge thing on World's Edge, except all around the map. You go in, kill shit, get shit for killing shit, rinse and repeat. You'll get some goodies, a small chunk of Evo shield points, and a lump of crafting metals for killing the pesky pests, so make sure you're geared and ready to make PETA very, very angry. Next on the map, we have gravity cannons in place of jump towers. These cannons can be found scattered around the map and at the various new points of interest, and shoot you from one to the other in a much more linear fashion than the towers did. So get ready to do your best impression of a cruise missile and land into the squad camping these things with some purpose. Speaking of the new POIs, there are a fuck ton of them. This new map is about 15% larger than the previous biggest, World's Edge. So you might want to slap a Valkyrie in your team comp, or hitch a ride on one of those shoot-me-mobiles they call Tridents. Other than the size itself, this map sports 17 POIs with what they're calling spill-off camps, smaller areas and buildings to make the map feel less Battlefield-like. The map rotation for the season will be reduced to 2 maps for the entirety of the season, to give all the newborn deer a chance to adjust to their new environment before their untimely deaths to predators, just like real life. In other news, the arena's maps will now only be the arena-specific maps, i.e. Encore, Overflow, etc. Good riddance too. If I have to get camped out on Oasis or Gardens again, I'm pulling out my teeth with my bare hands. Anyway, onto the confusing new shit with ranked. So there were a lot of words in this section, so I'll just blend it into a smoothie for you. Basically, the point system is getting a facelift and will now take the rank differences between the killer and the victim into account. Here's a chart and some of the notes to clarify. The victim is not affected by the modifier and doesn't lose more points based on their killer's rank. Preds and Masters are treated as the same for this change. Now here are the rest of the charts and an example the devs gave because I feel like my head is gonna explode if I try to explain this any further. So pause and read if you give enough of a shit. Moving on to the arena side of ranked, there will now be 2 splits like Battle Royale ranked. Each split will soft reset your MMR, whatever the fuck that means, and will require you to play 5 more placement matches, and fuck all that, they're finally improving matchmaking. Holy shit, maybe God does exist. Maybe now I can finally have a game without a blueberry who can't even hold a gun right going against its Timmy, Fade, and Asu. The amount of AP you lose or gain will be adjusted as well, so when you lose a game that you had a good chance of winning, you won't lose as much AP. Now, moving on to the big part of this update. A buff to a legend so bad that you'd be lucky to die to one. The legend so neglected that they were bound to receive a buff sooner or later. The legend at the back of everyone's minds, not Crypto, Watson. Sorry, Crippy, maybe next season. Watson is receiving so many buffs that she could bench a freight car. Or, you know, one gibby. Generally, the responsiveness of her placeables is getting improved, and her hitbox is getting upscaled a bit around her head, torso, and thighs. In relation to her tactical, placement range, placement speed, movement speed, and fence damage are all getting increased, while the deactivation delay, cooldown speed, and animation buffer have all been decreased or removed entirely. Now, with the ultimate, the number of ults you can place is back down to 1. However, they now last indefinitely, or until someone decides to shoot it and break it. The pylon now has a pool of 250 shields that it can recharge, and recharges shields much quicker. Once out of shields to regen, the pylon still zaps shit as normal. There are other minute details you can read on screen, but all it basically says is to avoid buildings at all costs because Watson now owns all of them. The G7 is the new care package weapon subbing in this season, coming with its old buddy, old pal, the double tap trigger hop up. It also got a care package like damage buff, so it feels a little bit more menacing. The triple take that I swear didn't exist last season is now going back to ground loot. It now takes energy ammo and requires 3 ammo per shot, which I guess makes sense. The magazines have been adjusted to allow for 6 to 9 shots respectively, which again, I have no idea if that's what it was before since it never fucking spawned. Speaking of weapon spawns, those are being adjusted as well to allow for more crate weapons per game, along with the spawn rates of Krabers so you're not just getting one shot from 6 different teams like 300 meters away. Next up, we get in a new hop-up called Dual Shell, where each round loaded into the 30-30 or Mastiff is doubled. As for the fully kitted weapons this season, the Mastiff 30-30 Repeater, R301, Car, and Longbow are in, while the Peacekeeper, Rampage, RE45, Flatline, and Charge Rifle are out. Hot Zone gold loot is being increased, the crafting market is being inflated, and ammo is now worth crafting, and the arena supply drop, I don't care anymore. Finally, quality of life changes. Teammates will now show if they are self-reviving on their tags, you can now comm to your team that you're out of ammo, and that's all that's really important. If you are interested in all the little specific number buffs and nerfs, then as always, I'll leave a link to the notes in the description. So there you have it. Your patch notes wrap up for Apex Escape. Will this season bring you back? Does Ash already have the player base of babies rioting for nerfs? Is the car as annoying as it was in Titanfall 2? I don't know, since I recorded this yesterday because I didn't prepare for this season. Good YouTuber I am. Present me probably thinks I'm an asshole right about now. By the time all of you are seeing the video and enjoying the new season, I'm probably sitting in a classroom. I hate my life. Anyway, enjoy the new shit, like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and I'll see you next time when I beat Octane's gauntlet record with both my legs intact.